my mind because I was sitting at the end of the bench. On our offensive series before the Giants got the ball back, I had thrown an interception. I was thinking we were going to win the game the right way with a touchdown pass to Harold Carmichael. We walk off the field. Unfortunately, I threw the interception. I'm down the end of the bench kind of thinking, oh my goodness, you know, I can't believe we blew this game. I threw the interception. And all of a sudden I saw our whole sideline sprinting toward the end zone. I had no idea what happened. I was down at the end of the bench, my head down, disappointed. I thought we were losing the game. And I really didn't know what happened until that night. Now, we didn't have Sports Center and all these, you know, post-game shows and highlight shows. It wasn't until the 11 o'clock news that I actually saw what had happened. And I thought, oh my God, we just benefited by one of the most remarkable plays in football history.
And one of the rarest times when Don Criqui got emotional in the booth. You played the Cowboys many times in your career. I remember the finale in 1980 where there was a point differential they had to win by to win the division. It got to 35-10, 17 unanswered points by you. You didn't win 35-27. I know Dennis Thurman gave Harold Carmichael fits sometimes. What one thing stays with you when you think back to playing the Cowboys in your career?
Well, that game, you know, and obviously there was the NFC Championship game, which certainly stands out. But the uniqueness of the game here in Dallas was we had a 25-point differential. We could lose the game but not by more than 25 points. We figured, you know, this game it's ours. You know, if we lose, it won't be by 25 points. We traveled with champagne and champagne glasses on the plane because we were going to, you know, toast, you know, being the NFC East champions. Well, lo and behold, as you just said, we're in the fourth quarter. It's 35-10. We have just blown our season. Our goal that year was to win the NFC East. It looked like, you know, we were getting blown out in Dallas, and we were. The point differential had been made up. It looks like, you know, we'd have to go in the playoffs as a wild card team and blew the division. Fortunately, we rallied back. We scored 17 points in the fourth quarter, 35-27 game. We had the champagne glass in the locker. It was very bizarre because we lost, and yet we're toasting the championship with champagne and champagne glasses, you know, at Texas Stadium's locker room.
You're forgive me for being old school, but all these things come to mind as I'm looking at you right now. I know you had a teammate once named Louis Giamone. Was he related to Dick Vermeil?
Louis Giamone was Dick Vermeil's nephew.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
When you think about all the safety concerns in football across all levels, how important is it for a state like Texas that's so football crazy at the high school level to be teaching kids to tackle the right way, to kind of play a revisionist form of the game to where some of the old school guys played it?
I think safety is critical, and I applaud Commissioner Goodell for what he's doing at the NFL level. It's first and foremost on my mind almost every day, even as I'm at games, you know, player safety. And I say I applaud the commissioner because he had to make some tough decisions.
Yeah.
You know, and me even personally, I thought the league was getting soft. You know, that being said, I was out in Seattle 3 years ago. We're doing Monday Night Football, John Gruden and Mike Tirico and I, and we ran into a young gentleman who wanted to meet with us. His name was Zachary Lystedt, a 13-year-old who had had a concussion, was put back in the game, and suffered a very severe, deep concussion a little bit later in that game. Almost died, but he did live. After that second concussion, obviously his brain swollen, a lot of things went on. But we and myself, I was very taken back by that, you know, and my attitude had kind of changed of how we should address concussions when I saw this young man. Now, a week before, or a couple weeks before we had visited with him, Commissioner Goodell had visited with Zachary. And now I know why the commissioner decided we needed to change the game. You know, ESPN actually did a special on Zachary showing, you know, his injury and what had happened. I think that had a profound impact on the commissioner as it did on myself, John Gruden, and Mike Tirico. I said, hey, we got to make this game safer. You know, and so if the NFL takes the lead, which they have, everyone else will follow. The NFL is stressing safety and, you know, not leading with your head and head-up tackling and teaching the right way, and coaches teaching and coaching the right way. We can, you know, you're never going to eliminate injuries. It's a violent, tough physical game, but if we could bring that number down, it's good for everybody, and you can grow the game. But if the NFL is doing it, then the colleges follow, the high schools follow, the little leagues follow, our game becomes safer. So in my mind, in my opinion, It was Zachary Lystad who had a profound impact on me, and I know the impact he had on Commissioner Goodell. So I think we have to all think about how can we make the game safer, not only for the NFL players, but for the young people that want to play the game. That's even more important.
Right. And, you know, kind of...
come on, we're having a good time.
Switching topics a little bit, obviously Texas is a hotbed for high school football talent. What have you seen, in your opinion, as more of a trickle-up effect of these high school quarterbacks who come into college running, you know, pretty high-tempo spread offenses as 17-year-olds, and how does that affect, you know, the rest of the leagues above them, college and the NFL?
There was a time 7 or 8 years ago I thought there was a dearth of quarterbacks coming in the NFL. I saw the covered bear. I did not see people coaching to come in the NFL and be NFL passers. That has all changed. And I think it's these 7-on-7 leagues that, you know, in Texas and Oklahoma and now throughout the Midwest, now spreading all across the country. And I'm seeing quarterbacks at the high school. I'm watching games on ESPN on, you know, Friday night. I'm like, look at these guys. You know, these are guys that have pro ability, and you can see it at the high school level because they're playing in these passing offenses. They're not running the veer, the wishbone, you know, the power running game. They are spreading it out.